What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Conversing with Kids and B. We're talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey. We're on episode 5. Episode 4 ended with them winning the softball game. And at the softball game, you know, Melissa and Jennifer agreed to meet for dinner. So we're going to see that in episode 5, just to catch y'all up. And they did win the softball game. They do the softball game yearly for breast cancer awareness. Pretty much Dolores is over that. And they won this year and they raised over, I think, 200 and something $1,000, which is awesome. Episode 5, it always start off with little going to each person's house, seeing what they're doing, catching up what they're doing. But your girl is only doing the highlights of the show. So, one of the highlights for me was Dolores met with Frank. Frank is her ex-husband and their kids. They always meet for dinner, I think once a week maybe. Well, her boyfriend normally comes and his girlfriend normally comes, but they couldn't come this time. So it was just the four of them. They have a son and a daughter together. So they just was sitting around ordering food, talking and laughing. And so Frank showed Dolores the ring. They like best friends, even though their marriage didn't work out. He showed Dolores the ring, and then he did a practice proposal in a restaurant. And Dolores was acting like Brittany, his girlfriend, how she would react. And so it was funny because everybody at the restaurant thought that they were serious. So Dolores had to like, no, we're just practicing. And so Frank was asking her, who would ever thought he would be getting engaged before her? Because her and her boyfriend been together a while, but of course y'all know his divorce is not final. He's still married. So we're going to see more of that later on in the season. Next was Danielle, Melissa, and Rachel. They took their kids to the race car place to play. They just was sitting around talking about different little situations with the group of girls. And then Danielle was telling them that she got invited to Fashion Week. She has a little kids line. And so she was invited to walk in her brand was invited to walk in Fashion Week. And so she invited Melissa and she invited Rachel. She said she couldn't invite all the girls because she only had a limited amount of tickets. But watching these housewives, somebody gonna be pissed off because they wasn't invited, i.e. probably Teresa, because her and Teresa has developed a friendship. And I don't know, Margaret may too, because her and Margaret are supposed to be good friends. So we shall see on next episode if anybody get mad. But of course she invited Melissa because Melissa was helping her with her line, everything last season, helping her with her clothing brand, giving her pointers and letting her do a pop-up shop in her store. So of course she invited her. And then her and Rachel is developing a newfound friendship. So I guess that's why she invited her. She also invited them. She said she was going to have a brunch called Bougie Brunch to invite all the ladies since she's not able to invite all of them to the Fashion Week. Melissa and Jen Aiden, because it's two Jens, Jen Fessler and Jen Aiden. Jen Aiden is the one with the dark long hair who's good friends with Teresa. Melissa and her met up for lunch and then they talked about their issues with each other and tried to make amends because Teresa and Melissa, Melissa is married to Teresa's brother, they don't speak anymore. So Melissa was saying, I know, you friends with Teresa, but you can still be friends with me as well. It don't have to be because you're friends with her, you don't have to talk to me. She's okay with that. So they made amends, and we're going to see how that's going moving forward because Teresa is not going to like it. She absolutely despises her sister-in-law, and she despises her brother too, I guess. I don't know. It's so crazy. But if y'all watch all the seasons, y'all will be glad that they are not talking because you just get tired of them bickering because that's all it was, like a roller coaster up and down. So, who's all in favor of Jen and Melissa reconciling their friendship and being friends again? Y'all let me know. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. Melissa, Margaret, and Jen Fessler met over Margaret's house for lunch, and Margaret admits she's still mourning the loss of her ex-husband, and she's saying how different it's made her, how sensitive she is, how emotional she is right now, and she's just still grieving. And she was saying how her current husband has been good, but he don't know how to deal with that. And then she was saying she felt like her ex-husband made her current marriage better. She's just all over the place in her head. And they had made like the 1 year anniversary of his death, so she's really been taking that hard. Now for the bougie brunch. They all met for the bougie brunch. Everybody was all dressed to the nines or whatever. They look after 5 dresses, and they all met for the lunch, and it was decorated and everything really nice. Danielle did a really good job, and whoever she hired to decorate and set it up. So once they all sat down and made their orders and everything, Danielle, it's always some drama. They can't never go to lunch or dinner without it being a fight. So Danielle confronted Jen, Aiden, and Teresa about somebody who came to Jennifer's. She had like a puppy party for all her puppies, like a little training party or something at her house. But one of the girls there was talking about Danielle. And so Teresa was just like, how would I know? She said, I don't know, y'all relationship, the extent of y'all relationship. But and then Jennifer was just like, she just was listening pretty much to what she was saying. But Danielle was like, by them being her friends, that she felt like they should have said, Danielle's not like that or whatever, and talk to her about it or something like that. Who all think when you're out somewhere, wherever you are, and you're friends with someone, and somebody else comes and talk about your friend, that you should take up for your friend in private? I believe you should take up for your friend in public and in private. Don't just show loyalty when they're there. Show loyalty in their absence. That shows real loyalty. I would have just stopped her and just, I would have heard her out. And then I would have been like, well, no, that's not her. Or I maybe be like, y'all need to talk about it. I feel uncomfortable with you talking about her because she's my friend. And I'm going to tell her, like, pretty much, I'm going to let her know. So that's just me. What y'all think about it? Y'all dropped all those comments. Let me know what y'all think. Chat with your girl. Then Danielle asked her about last year, asked Jennifer Aiden about last year. Did she set her up for telling, saying that Melissa had been cheating? She was just saying everybody felt like there was a setup or whatever. And Jennifer Aiden was like, no. So, of course, Teresa and Jen friends. So Teresa jumped in. It was like, no, she wouldn't do anything like that. Blah, blah, blah. Teresa just get on my nerves. Who all ready for Teresa to go? Who is Teresa fan and who is not? Like, who ready for her to go? She's the OG of the Housewives of New Jersey. She's been there since day one. But she just get on my nerves lately. What y'all think? So then, after Danielle let out everything she want to let out, she asked Rachel, she know doggone well Rachel and Teresa hadn't talked. Have y'all talked about y'all issue? No, they hadn't. Now you just stirred the pot. So next day, Rachel said something about her because she was still mad that Teresa was saying that her husband was the biggest drug dealer And she said her husband did sell drugs, but he was 17 at the time. She said he made a lot of mistakes when he was younger. So Teresa was trying to say, I wasn't talking about now, I was talking about then. But, Bravo messy. So they done pulled up the clip. Teresa did not say when he was younger. She was saying it as if it was going on current, live, right now. When I tell you, hey, Rachel went off on Teresa. Baby, Teresa was like, don't poke the bear. Teresa be ready. So Rachel did not care, obviously. She was going off. She called her a bully. She called her out her name. But that's going to fester with Teresa because she just was sitting there. Like, she just childish. She just this. She just that. But once it all set in, because Teresa a little dingy. Stuff don't come to her quick. So once she sit down and talk about it, which I know she probably gonna go home and talk to her husband Louis, Mr. Messy Man, and he gonna break everything down and put everything in perspective. So next time she see Rachel, it's probably going down. Dolores was like pretty much saying the same thing I'm saying, and she was like, "You better sleep with one eye open because she coming for you." And, Rachel was like, ooh, so, pretty much so what? And I don't blame her because she was taking up for her family. Like, you ain't gonna talk about my husband and think, we're a team. You saying something about him just like saying something about me. And so, that was that. And that kind of ended it. And then they showed a clip for next week where they're going to be at the fashion show. So, I can't wait for next week episode 6. And I also hear some mumblings about them not having a reunion. Like, that's going to be crazy. How can you not have a reunion? So I don't know if they're just not going to have a reunion or they're going to have a different setup for the reunion. Because, Teresa, the group's so split. So Teresa and Melissa, they don't want to even be in the same room with each other if they can help it. They have been on the different episodes, but it's different for the reunion when you all there and you forced to be there and you forced to answer questions from Andy and the viewers. So I don't know if it's canceled all together or if it's just they gonna cancel the reunion as we know it, the reunion to be, and do something different. But that's gonna be so weird not to have a reunion. What y'all think? Y'all think we need to do a little baby protest? Like, look, we need a reunion because what's going on in these first 5 episodes, I'm quite sure is more going to be going on. Also, I forgot to tell y'all, remember I was talking about in episode 3 about Jackie and Margaret falling out, and I see the beginning of their demise. Because at the softball game in episode 4, when they was getting ready, Danielle and Jackie was talking, and was saying, why was she invited to the puppy party and how did Jackie get invited? And so Margaret jumped in, and so Jackie was like, you always jumping in and taking up for other people, but you never take up for me. So they kind of had some words. So I think that's the beginning of their demise. And then Jackie, she's beginning to be friends with Teresa and Jen, but she's saying that she's not going to allow for them, to sway her either way. She's not going to be on anybody's side. And it's hard to be in this Housewives group and not be on somebody's side. So I don't know. Jackie, she was a full-time housewife. She got demoted to friend of the show. She need to just be off the show because she done got on my nerve. Because I'm just used to her being with Margaret and Melissa. And now she just with Teresa and Jennifer. Oh, also at the Bougie Brunch, Rachel had brought up, or either Danielle. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me get it right. Rachel brought up something about how Teresa, do her friends or whatever. And so she brought up Jackie's situation when she spreaded the rumor about Jackie's husband. And so Melissa was like, well, Jackie, you can't deny that. And so she just shot it down. Like, she said, that really hurt you. She was just like, she didn't want to talk about it. She was trying to act like it didn't happen or it didn't bother her. Jackie was broken to pieces about Teresa spreading that rumor. So now all of a sudden it's A-okay. Like, Jackie just faking phony. I don't know. I used to like her. Now I'm just like, get her off of there all the way. Like, don't demote her to friend. I don't see the point of her being on there. If she's not a full-time housewife, she can go. But anywho, so that's my highlights for episode 5 with the Housewives of New Jersey. Y'all tune in. It comes on Sunday nights, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And it's a good watch. And like I said, if you haven't been watching it, you can catch up on it on Peacock and on Hulu. And out of 5 sprinkles, I would give this episode probably like a 3.5 out of 5. It was better than last week's episode and the week before this episode. So I guess it's tuning up to start getting really good. We shall see. But anyway, those are my highlights. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And y'all don't forget, y'all pray with me. Don't play with me.